Hey everyone, welcome to the Survivor finale recap.
Maddie, we started out with 18 and now there's only 5 left.
Yes, Sugar, Bob, Kenny, Susie, and Matty.
Alright, so we left off after the last Tribal Council when Crystal got voted out and Kenny is pissed.
Yeah, because Bob was all like, oh, if I win the next immunity challenge, I'm going to give you the idol. And he didn't.
So he was like, get your own, Kenny, when Kenny asked him, hey, what if the next time you give it to me?
Yeah,
No.
So tree mail, there were some clothes.
New clothes, and they're clean.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to dress like warriors for the next immunity challenge.
Oh, and they did.
Bob was so pasty at the immunity challenge. Was he really outdoors for
I don't
over a
know.
month?
Everyone dressed like warriors, and then he dressed like a village person.
So
According to Jeff.
Yeah.
That was not mine.
It was an obstacle course, and there was planks, plank maze. There was a hut maze.
First, she had to dig a hole and squeeze under a fence. It was crazy.
Let's just say the heaviest person got through first, too. I don't know how that happened. You'd think Bob would have got through because he's like a stick.
He didn't.
So you had to retrieve the 3 bags of puzzle pieces and build the little
Hut thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So guess who won?
Bob.
Despite falling off and having to go back to the beginning, Bob actually won.
And almost damaging his goods.
Yes, he almost took a wiener.
Ew.
You
It doesn't
figure
work as well as took a header.
I know. Well, Bob won the immunity, 5 straight challenges in a row. It's time for Tribal. We got to keep this moving.
Yeah, Matty was totally like, Bob is money. And we added on.
He doesn't even know it.
He doesn't even know it, but he does.
Right. So Kenny at Tribal called out Bob in front of the jury and was like, you went back on your word, Bob. What's going on?
And Bob was like, yeah, I did because I heard that you were going to vote me out.
But you were supposed to sacrifice yourself for me, Bob. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right, so Bob keeps his immunity, and it's a total Kenny blindside.
It is. Because Kenny thought that Susie was going, and she didn't.
No. So, bye-bye, Kenny. Nice knowing you.
Voted 4-1.
All right, so you know what time it is. It's time to honor the fallen tribesmen.
So, just a highlight of some of the major F-nuts. Ace, of course.
GC, Jillian, Dan, where's the food? Corinne.
We'll get to Corinne.
Yeah.
Randy, of course.
And Charlie, who got the least airtime out of anybody.
I know.
I
wanted to hear more about him. I feel like he was not developed enough.
No.
But anyway.
It's the final challenge, and a Gabonese rock band was totally waiting for them when they pulled into town.
Yeah, so they had 200 wooden, what is that say?
Tiles.
Yes.
You got to build a house of cards 10 feet tall, and you got 30 minutes to do it.
And if nobody gets it done within 30 minutes, the person with the highest card tower after
wins.
30 minutes wins.
Bob sucked at this.
Where's your physics now, Bob?
Wow.
That was bad.
It really was.
He couldn't get it past 3 feet.
Susie won immunity. I couldn't believe it. And neither could she, because she couldn't shut the hell up about it.
Bob was totally like, all right, good job, good job.
Yeah.
But he knew, like, he was going. And then Susie was like, but I just can't believe it.
I know somebody like that. Okay, so Sugar feels bad because Bob feels bad.
She's like, Matty's like my brother, and Bob is like my father.
So she's going to try and force a tie at Tribal.
Oh my God, Sugar.
It's time for Tribal. And you know what? Note to everyone, Corinne is still a bitch. It's a tie. Thanks a lot, Sugar. Bob and Matty going in a little fire off for staying.
Yeah.
So Bob was totally practicing after Sugar was like, I think I'm going to make it a tie, Bob. Gee, thanks for telling Matty to make it fair.
She should have told Matty.
Yeah, she should have told Matty. She owed it to him. And Bob won.
Matty!
I know. So the final 3 is Sugar, Bob, and Susie. It's time for party food and then burn down no bag.
Yeah. That's always sad when they do
traditional.
that.
Right, so it's the final Tribal. Let's have the opening statements.
All right, Susie was like, I just wanted to try and show my son and my students and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, okay. Bob, I played hard. I didn't outwit or outplay, so it was just an outlast.
Sugar was like, whatevs, I lied.
I liked hers the best. I lied. All right, so the highlights. Charlie, we find out, liked to spoon Bob.
He was like, just tell me you liked it.
Yeah. You're kind of cute, Bob.
You know, Kenny was like, Sugar, you hurt me, and like,
Bob,
I don't know if we can talk to girls after this.
But apparently he did.
Yeah.
And Bob, you know, you went back on the deal, so wrong answer, Bob.
Yeah.
Corinne, Susie, cut out your vocal cords and I'll give you $1 million.
If you answer yes to this question, then I will give you my vote.
And then she wanted Nasty Bob to come out and say how much he hated Sugar, which Bob kind of refused to do. He kind of skirted the issue, and she made an unforgivable comment to Sugar about antidepressants and her dead father.
Okay. Sue Hawk was just an F-nut.
Right.
When she made her comment. It was not in no way like this.
No.
This was just disgusting.
Sugar. Corinne, I got some advice for you. Watch out, because somebody might be wanting to drop a house on you.
Corinne, if you don't change your ways, you're going to die alone.
Yeah.
Sorry to burst your bubble of bitchiness.
Bitchy assness. So, Randy. Yeah, he's effed up. And he was like dissing Susie. Elaborate means more. Yo, she's a teacher.
Elaborates.
Yeah. So, Sugar, why'd you laugh at me? And Sugar came right out and said, you're a jerk. Thank you. So, Matty. Sugar, you're not innocent.
Oh my God, Matty was like...
He had the best faces.
What? Maddie, you were my favorite, so I'm allowed to make fun of you like that.
Right. Sugar is evil. And she broke Kenny's heart. That was the worst thing that she did in the game.
That Maddie wanted her to say, I'm sorry that I forced a tie.
Right.
And she didn't.
So Maddie was confused about the whole thing. And he was like, yeah, whatever. So it's time to vote. And some of the notable votes were Randy saying, kiss my ass. Mm-hmm. Kenny was pacing back and forth, but like...
dropping the pen all over the place.
What was up with that?
I don't know.
And Corinne was totally rude. She'll never marry. All right, so it's Hollywood time, and the final votes were 3 for Susie, 0 for Sugar, and 4 for Bob. So Bob wins Survivor Gabon. And let's give some of the highlights from the reunion show.
Well, first, congrats to Bob, because he did play a good game.
Congratulations, Bob.
I just thought.
You're a super nerd, and it was about time some old super nerd won. So
now I can go in and tell my physics teacher, you should be on Survivor. Cause
that's right, because you would totally win.
Totally work.
So Bob's game plan was to fly under the radar and be nice.
Yes.
And Jeff actually saved Bob's fake immunity idol that he made. He took it out of the fire after everyone left. And it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Matty, he definitely would have won if Bob wasn't in that tie with him and won the fire challenge.
Yep.
Sugar looked gorge.
She really did.
She cleaned up super nice. She was really pretty. Mm-hmm. And she's stronger because of the game, despite that witch Corinne, who was next.
Yeah.
AKA bitch. I'm sorry, Jeff. I'm a stupid evil hoe. That's all she had to say.
She did not look one bit sorry about that comment.
No, people like that. Look, Corinne, you're a dime a dozen.
Does she realize she's like Omarosa?
Yeah. Yeah, she does. She delights in other people's misery.
That's just wrong.
Randy, yeah, he's mean too, but at least he's got a dog.
Like, messed up.
Yeah, at least he's got a dog. He's smart and messed up. He applied 15 times, and instead of bringing his friends or family, he took 6 total strangers to the reunion. That's pretty cool. I think so.
In a way.
Charlie's the nicest guy. Boring. Crystal.
Did you say that he's got the second highest?
Yes, I did.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That's all right. I won't rip your head off like Corinne. Crystal.
Were you really a gold medalist? Yes, she was.
And a spaz. Kenny, I made 50,000 playing games, but I have bad hair.
Yeah, I wasn't.
He was rambling on and on about nothing.
Yeah, and he was just like looking off into the distance. I don't know.
Yeah, he's not a good interview. All right, Ace. The accent was fake. Nah, it wasn't.
It was for real. Yeah. He's lived in London for like 8 years.
And his parents are from London. All of Gabon was in the audience, just about. Jeff pointed them all out. That was pretty weird. So now comes the player favorite of the year. And top 3, Matty, Bob, and Sugar. So what were the results, Matty?
Well, Matty was in 3rd place.
Right.
Poor Matty. And then Jeff totally played it up like Sugar won.
I hate when he does that.
And then he was like, no, Bob won.
So Bob not only won the $1 million, he won another $100,000 on top of that.
I thought he was totally going to turn around and be like, yo, I'm giving this out to you guys, but...
That would have been awesome.
He probably wouldn't be allowed to do that.
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
And yes, Matty is still getting married. They have the date, and they're picking out cake and food and
They have
everything.
the colors.
Oh! So the next Survivor is going to be in Tocantins, Brazil.
It looks awesome.
I know. I can't wait.
Don't think that's the neighborhood where Giselle came from.
No. No Giselle Bunchins there.
No.
So kids, till Tocantins. Much love.